What's shaking YouTube? It's your boy Graybeard Gamer, bringing you another gameplay. Today is going to be a little bit different. As most of you have noticed, if you pay attention to my channel, I haven't uploaded anything in about a week. And if you're paying attention to the crosshairs on the screen, my controller's broke right now. It's acting up. So anyway, this is a live commentary, so the gameplay is not as important as the message. So hopefully, fellas, you'll pay attention to the message and not so much the gameplay, because live commentaries are difficult and I really just want to get this message out. The reason I haven't uploaded in about a week is because my adult son, who is 26 years old, yeah, that makes me old, hence the Graybeard Gamer, had a mental breakdown approximately 12 days ago or so. And what I mean by mental breakdown is, I mean, it was absolutely crazy, insane, thinking he's the second coming Christ type breakdown. And it has been a very difficult time for me and my family as we try to get him help. And what the message that I really want to get out today is about getting help for somebody who needs it when they're having a mental break. Because to be honest with you, you can't. In the state that I live in, you cannot get assistance for somebody if they are an adult and they are suffering from a mental illness. They have the right to turn down any kind of help or any kind of assistance or any kind of medical aid. They have the right to do that, and there's nothing you can do about it. My wife and I essentially have spent the last, I don't know, up until Sunday of last week or this week, we had spent 24 hours a day kind of switching on and off, watching my son to make sure he doesn't hurt himself or somebody else, because we didn't know or don't know, or at that time didn't know what was going to happen. What if he was very volatile? He was very unpredictable, and we did not want to take a chance on him hurting himself or anybody else for that matter. So we basically stood watch over him. In the process, we went to several emergency rooms in the area seeking assistance. We're unable to get any assistance because of the law that states if he refuses treatment, they can't treat him. So we essentially were banging our heads against the wall. We had an emergency room doctor acknowledge that yes, he's insane, but there's nothing I can do about it if he turns down treatment. And he's not in the right mind, so of course he's going to turn down treatment. So we would call the police and ask if they could put a hold on him. And of course the police, under the same laws I'm assuming, stated that no, they can't hold him either. So we called mental health facilities, we called hospitals, we visited hospitals, and we were unable to get my son any assistance. And keep in mind, he's never had mental issues, he's never had a psychotic break, he's never had anything like that. So for him to have this was out of character. He's got a son of his own, a young, very young toddler of his own, and it's heartbreaking. He's married. He has a family. He's always been a good worker, hard worker. He lost his job over it. It's just been a fiasco. So me and my wife were trying to get him help and unable to do so. We're obviously very frustrated and banging our heads against the wall, heartbroken because we were unable to get him help. And ultimately, the pinnacle of this anxiety and frustration came Sunday night when his neighbors called the police with a noise complaint because he was doing some erratic things, walking up and down the street without a shirt on, yelling at the top of his lungs, singing hymns at the top of his lungs. So they called the police, and they cited a noise restraint, or a noise complaint. So the police come out. Obviously, they don't care if he is mentally ill or not. That's not their area of expertise. So they essentially start telling him to put his hands up, doing all the stuff that police do. He complied with putting his hands up. He had a little toy Thor hammer in his hand, and he dropped that at their request. But in the process, he turned to start walking back towards his home and was not complying with, this is all alleged by the way, was not complying with the officer's command. So the officer tackled him, and a struggle ensued between the officer, my son, and the officer's partner. Ultimately, they ended up arresting my son on felony charge for assaulting a police officer. When I told the officer that my son was mentally ill, his response was, "It's not my problem." And again, the assault is alleged because we haven't gone to court yet. We haven't done any of that. So all week we've been trying to go to the prosecutor. We've been trying to go to attorneys, anything and everything we can do to get a plea of mental illness in this case. And the options that we have at this point are not very good. So it's just been a daily emotional and mental and physical struggle to try to get somebody who desperately needs help the help that they need, in a system in which doesn't appear to care or have options to get that help. So obviously I'm frustrated. My wife is frustrated. That's her baby boy. But hopefully things will start turning around for us. But I wanted to let you guys know what's been going on. Again, I apologize for the gameplay. It's not very good, and live comms are very difficult, but I really wanted to get this message out there. If you want to help me bring about change in legislation, bring about change, because Arkansas, the state that I live in, is not the only state that has these laws. There are other states that have them too, and I believe Florida is one of them. Maine is definitely one of them, and there are probably at least half of the other states have the similar laws. So if you want to help me bring about change, please share this video on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can, and use the hashtag LOVETHELOST. That's LOVETHELOST, or that, and the hashtag HELPTHEHELPLESS. And I'm not going to spell that out. Hopefully you can spell it. I will put that on the screen, the hashtags, so that you can see those. But please, if you want to further this, I'm trying to contact the state attorney general, the governor's office, all the representatives I can, because these laws have to change. There has to be some kind of ability to help these people, because they need help. They're unable to make decisions for themselves, and it's not easy or even likely that you're able to get them help at this point. So when you share it on your social media, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever mode of social media that you use, please use the hashtags Help the Helpless and Love the Lost, so that we can see that we're making some headway in this movement. Anyway, guys, just wanted to get that out there. I didn't want to ask for subscribers or likes on this video, simply because the message is much more important than a YouTube channel at this point. I just need to get the movement going, and I can't do it very quickly without your help. So if you would please just put that out there, use those hashtags. Anyway, guys, coming down to the end of the video, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and thank you in advance for sharing this on social media with those hashtags. My name is Graybeard Gamer, and I'm out.